Hi friends, thanks for watching this video. This is CA Damodaram Pagadala. Today I'm going to cover certain calculations in partnership accounts. There are so many calculations, but in that there are three basic calculations we have to do before we start accounting transactions between partners and firm. So those calculations are interest on capital, interest on drawings and commission to partners. Let's take first interest on capital to our partners. Now partners gets lot of returns from the firm for different reasons. In that, the interest on capital to partner is just like a how when we deposit money into the bank, when we get interest from the bank, the same way interest on capital is a return to the partners for the capital they introduced. So this interest on capital will be paid to our partners as long as the capital retained and used by the firm in the business. Now, let's see how they will calculate the interest on capital. Just like that, how you will calculate interest on fixed deposit, where interest on fixed deposit is equal to fixed deposit into rate of interest. Same way here also, interest on capital is equal to capital of a partner into rate of interest. It's very simple. Rate of interest will be given. They decide in the partnership deed. Now, so capital is also straightforward. So you can think that's very simple. But if you see the capital, it's not that one time partners introduced. The capital will be introduced by the partner whenever firm demands. Whenever there's a necessity, the partners will keep on introduce the capital. So initially they introduce the capital at the beginning of the firm, and also fresh capital, additional capital as and when firm required, partners keep on introduce. Now let's see, the beginning of the year already there is a capital balance, and again during the year partners introduced a fresh capital. Then the total amount you will see in the balance sheet as a closing capital. Now you will be getting a doubt here on what capital we have to apply this interest rate, either on the opening capital or capital introduced during the accounting year April to March, or the total capital at the balance sheet. Now if you see, the interest is a fixed rate of return, and this is charged and calculated based on a time basis, proportionate basis. So the amount which is standing at the beginning of the year, nothing but opening capital, will be used for the entire year. So the opening capital eligible for interest for the full year, whereas the capital which you introduce during the year, that amount will be eligible on a proportionate basis. For example, already there is a opening capital, again a fresh capital introduced in the beginning of December, then December, Jan, Feb, March. For the 4 months, proportionately, interest should be calculated on the additional capital. So, the interest on capital on the opening capital for the full year, and on the capital which introduced any of the month during the year, on proportionate basis we have to calculate. Now let's see some additional special cases in calculation of interest on capital. Sometimes in the exam problem, they simply mention that additional capital introduced during the year without mentioning the specific date and month. In that case, on an average for 6 months, we will calculate interest on that additional capital. Now, suppose the rate of interest is not given, partnership deed is silent, nowhere how much rate of interest on capital should be given, not mentioned. In that case, you know that in case of any silence in the partnership deed, we should assume certain facts. In that case, interest on capital, if not mentioned in the partnership deed, we should take it as a zero. So no interest on capital to a partner. Now let's see the capital. So here we are calculating interest on capital, but we have to understand what do you mean by capital, how the capital is maintained by the firm. To record the transactions relating to the capital, firm maintains two methods. One is fixed capital method, second one is fluctuating capital method. In case of fluctuating capital method, all the transactions relating to capital like opening capital, additional capital, interest on capital, drawings, interest on drawings, then salary, like that, all the transactions between firm and partner relating to the capital will be clubbed in one single account called capital account. In this case, the rate of interest will be straight away charged on the entire fluctuating capital. But the other side, you take fixed capital method where the firm records and maintains initial and fresh capital separately in one account called capital account. The other transactions other than initial capital and fresh capital recorded and maintained in a separate account called current account. So in this case, the rate of interest will be applied on only the capital account, not on the current account, to calculate the interest on capital. So this is all about calculation of interest on capital. Now let's move to interest on drawings. Now the partners, their returns by way of interest on capital, salary, profit share, commission, all this money, partners, whenever they need, they will withdraw from the firm. So these withdrawals can be either a fixed monthly amount every month, or they can draw whenever they need money. So now we have to be very careful when they ask a question relating to calculation of interest on drawings. We have to check what type of drawings firm and the partners are doing. Now in this case, whether the partners are doing a fixed amount every month or whenever they need a different amount on different month. If it is a different amount, say for example, partner X withdrawn in the month of June 10,000, and again in the month of October 5,000, again in the month of Jan 4,000. In that case, different amounts on different months they are withdrawing. In this case, the interest on drawings calculation will be exactly similar to interest on capital. So here the interest on drawings will be calculated on a proportionate months. Now let's come to the other side. When partners are withdrawing same month every month, for example 2,000 rupees per month every month. So here assume the partners are drawing every month 2,000. Now in this case, we are going to use a formula to calculate interest on drawings. Now again, in case of fixed amount every month of drawing, we have to divide this type of calculation into three cases. Case 1, whether the partner are withdrawing the money, a fixed amount every month at the beginning of the month or mid of the month or end of the month, we have to check. So depends on when they are withdrawing, beginning, mid or end, the formula is going to change. Basically the formula is like that. Interest on drawings is equal to drawings per month. Be careful, sometimes students take total drawings multiplying the 12 months, but here interest on drawings is equal to drawings per month into rate of interest on drawings. That should be given in the problem, so we can pick from there. Into one more factor will come. So again I'm repeating, interest on drawings is equal to drawings per month into rate of interest into one more extra factor will come. That depends on when the partners are drawing the money, either in the beginning or mid or end of the month. So now I'm going to explain to you people in detail. If at the beginning of the month, what is the additional third factor in the formula? If it is a mid, what will be, and then end. In case of beginning of the month, then the interest on drawings is equal to drawings per month into rate of interest into 6.5. This 6.5 is derived by using a derivation of every month we have to see April month, beginning of the month they are withdrawing. So the amount which you withdrawn in the beginning of the April eligible for 12 months interest. Then in the beginning of the May, whatever you withdraw eligible for 11 months. Like that, if you take and divide by 12, you'll get this 6.5. Now let's come to the second case where partners are withdrawing same amount every month but in the mid of the month. In this case, the 6.5 is replaced by 6. Now again, if the amount is withdrawn at the end of the month, that 6.5 at the beginning of the month, 6 in the mid of the month is replaced by 5.5 in case of end of the month. Like this, we have to calculate interest on drawings. Now let's move to the last calculation, commission to our partners. Just like how we pay commission to agents in partnership firm, partners are also eligible for commission, but this depends on how much sales they are promoting. So based on the sales they promote, a percentage of commission will be given to the partners. The more the sales they do, the more will be the profit of the firm. So here the percentage will be applied on the net profit of the firm. Now here we have to be careful in the exam how they are asking you to calculate the commission. whether the rate of commission, are they asking you to apply on the net profit before charging that commission or net profit after charging that commission. So here you have to understand what do you mean by charging. Charging means deducting from the profit, nothing but showing on the debit side of P&L account, nothing but treating as an expense. Yes, just like a salary, interest on capital, commission is also one of the expenses for the firm. This expense will be shown in the P&L account on the debit side. When you show, obviously it will be charged, deducted from the profit. So after commission, the profit will come down. Now whether the question they are asking you to charge in commission on net profit before charging that commission or after. If they say before charging that commission, it's very simple. You have a profit even before charging that commission. So the net profit is purely before commission. So you can straight away apply that rate on that net profit. So commission is equal to net profit into rate of commission in case of commission on net profit before charging the commission. But if they ask you calculate the commission on net profit after deducting that commission, it means you have to show that commission P&L, deduct from the profit, and then on the balance profit again you have to calculate the commission. Here we are calculating commission only. So in this case the formula will be commission is equal to net profit into rate of commission divided by 100 plus rate of commission. So we are just grossing up the things. We are assuming we have 110 rupees. In that 10 rupee we are giving commission. After that you will be having net profit of 100. So like that. So again I am repeating the formula. In case of commission on net profit after charging such commission is equal to net profit into rate of commission divided by 100 plus rate of commission. Like this, these three calculations we have to do for recording the transactions and preparing the partner's capital account. So this is very important calculation. So I'll also give you a problem for your better understanding. If you need any clarification, you can always contact me. I'm available to solve any problem that you have. Thank you.